Hey YouTubers, this is Chronic Collector. I'm here to show you my week haul right here. This is what I bought this week. I had to. I was walking in Walmart and I saw all these nice cars, and it cost me under $20 to get all this at once. Actually, about $23. I lied to you, but that's a good number. So starting, I'm going to use this Jeeps edition. It's kind of weird that I found that Matchbox only does, they just started this thing where they only do one car brand basically, and they make a bunch of models with it. And that's Jeep. And they use the brand new Jeep Cherokee. And I was quite surprised to see it this early, but I mean, I was just a little surprised to see it at first. It's not the typical Jeep you see with Matchbox, but it's quite detailed, and I can't wait to open it. But the packaging, it's quite nice. They show us all the Jeeps that they've been coming out with. Of course, it's in black and white. You can't see anything. It's got that, old school backing to it, kind of like the 2000s Matchbox. So, let's open this baby. Well, wow. This is a bit detailed for Matchbox, in my opinion. It's actually very realistic. I like that flat kind of stripe they get on the hood. Almost looked like a scoop at first when I first glanced at it, but I was like, oh, that's pretty big for a scoop. It's a nice custom hood piece for it. They got this thing where they color the bottom, and it just kind of looks like the rubber skirts and whatnot they have on the real thing. And then they have a black plastic underside. Some details in there, definitely made in Thailand. Rolls really well. You would expect a Mattel car to roll really well. But very detailed. Just the wheels, those typical wheels they use in almost all their off-road vehicles. They have several different variations, but you see the tampos they got for the headlights. They definitely have a very small Jeep emblem. I don't know if my camera will focus on it, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. Oh, there it is. They even have outlines on the grill. And then they got tampos for the taillights. And they've got the emblems as far as the 4x4, Jeep, and even the Trailaway, I believe is what it says there. So small I can't read it. But very detailed model. You can see on the inside, like a typical model. But just, I had to have it, honestly. This is a Jeep, very collectible. Just nice to have loose in your collection. But I just don't know, something about it. Just fell in love with this regular white version of it. Quite nice to have in the collection. So, next one, I will open up the next Matchbox, which will be this color-changing VW utility. Oh yeah, it's a very nice graphic on the front of that. Well, this is the color-changing Vanagon utility is what I'm going to call it, because that's what I'm familiar with, but it is, a transporter. But it looks just like the 80s Vanagon. And I don't usually go with these color-changing cars. The only reason I really did is because it's a Volkswagen, and it's an odd Volkswagen. I have not seen a regular casting, but it's just me of this. So this is a new one to me, but it's a pretty nice one. It's got a good amount of detail on it. You definitely see what he's carrying with him. He's got a spare. I don't really like the blue windows. I think that's kind of childish, although it is a child's toy. But I wish they just had clear glass windows, But it's got this kind of weird underside to it. I don't know what those. They look like leaf springs, but I'm sure they're not. They're probably something to do with maybe running over obstacles, but I'm not really sure why it's so big up here and not up here. And that could be a styling key with a real vehicle. Who knows? They got another spare right there. This thing's got tons of spares on it. It rolls pretty well. Very detailed, nice little graphics on the side of it. But what review would this be if I didn't test the color changing bit of it? So, without that, I'm probably going to... I got some hot water here. We'll see what it does. Maybe you're supposed to use I think I saw a change in it already. Yeah, it's gotten more green than usual. You see, it went from that like olive drab to a more of a clear green, like just a lot purer green. This is hot water here. Yeah, you can definitely, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. I feel like it should have changed to yellow, but it's odd. You see what I'm talking about? Like there's a difference in shades there. It just got even brighter green. Let's dip the whole thing in. Why not? Look at that. Oh, wow. Man, that thing really did change. It is a lot brighter green now. That's pretty cool. I don't know how it does that. I'm sure it's, it's definitely to do with the temperature. I have yet to do what cold water does to it, but I guess we could see them getting off the Manila platform there. But very detailed, although I don't understand how these don't rust sooner or later, but I guess that's why they didn't use metal as a bottom. But the axles must rust someday. But that'd be cool if they could make the glass change color, because if they did, I'd never change it back. It's too blue. I do think it loses some styling cues when it's a color changing car. Like, it's all green. There's not much there. But I don't know. It is a good car to have in my collection. I do like VW, and this is an oddball VW. And that's what I like. I don't like seeing just the traditional VWs. I like seeing those little oddball ones too. So that's where this one's a pretty good additive to the collection. Alright, well, let's move. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is, I love the paint scheme that they did with this car. Just authentic as hell. Sorry about that. What a nice box. Definitely reminds me of an old school Lesney Matchbox. It came with a little box that had the face of the car on there. Look at that red interior. Stunning. Very nice metal. This is definitely Johnny Lightning material. Look at that classic. And it's a metal underside. Oh yeah, that's a heavy looking car. Let's move the box here real quick. Look at that. It has those wheels on it that I don't really care for them. But it is original, and actually these roll very well. Unlike most of those wheels on these cars, this one, I've got a good one here. And it has an opening hood. Oh yeah, engine block's been painted. Even the filter is painted separately. The outside of the filter is silver, and then they got the red in the middle. Very nice car. Like I said, this car really wasn't the muscle car Barracuda that we all think of. This was a little bit before it, but it's still it was a man's drive. It was a driver's car, but it wasn't a very fast muscle car. But it later on became one. This is just a little bit before it, but a very unusual. They don't really make too many model cars like this one. I've seen a couple Hot Wheels like this one, but this is just a wonderful model. Oh man, look at the tampos. We got a little license plate on there. I can't make it out. My camera's risky, fishy. Oh yeah, just detailed. Looks real as I hold it in my hand. Very heavy. Wow. Painted headlights. Just everything you'd expect in a model like this. Oh, just wonderful. Look at that red interior. That is eye-catching. I'm really, really glad I bought this. Look at those little white walls, skinny walls. The hubcaps. You guys need this one in your collection. Totally. Well, alright. I could say I'm a little disappointed here. Not so much at the V-dub is nice. It's the trailer. The V-dub is actually, it's in good shape. Actually, for a Maisto, this is pretty good. Maisto doesn't have much detail. They're a cheaper line. I mean, it's got rubber. Well, they might be rubber. I think, yeah, they are rubber. You got rubber wheels. Still quite light. It's got a plastic rack, really kind of cheap plastic rack on top of it. The cool thing is you can see inside. Most of the Maistos you can't see anything inside them. It's got no glass up here. It's got glass windshield and glass in the back. And the bus, it's pretty good. Scale-wise, I said earlier before we unboxed it that it might be a bigger scale, and I think it is. It's a little, it's not really the right scale, but I mean, it's whatever. It's still a nice model for the company that made it. The trailer is a disappointment. This is an all-plastic trailer. They're very light. Just very disappointing. I thought it was going to be at least a little bit of metal, but what was I thinking? It's my stove. This is one big disappointment to me. Not too. I don't regret buying it, but this is a Matchbox camper and pickup, and the Matchbox actually has a metal underside. It's quite nice. And then, of course, we've got from last week's haul a Greenlight Shasta trailer. And this is all metal. This whole thing is metal and rubber wheels. Oh my god. Like you hear that? That is solid metal. This thing is heavy. This looks better. This would look better on the back. I bet this thing won't even fit on the back. You see how... Oh my god, look at that trailer hitch. It's just terrible. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's a good example. It's a cool... I guess they tried. They are a cheaper line. I can't say I really expected it to be any better than this, but I guess the only thing I do like about it is that it's a bagged trailer. It's like having a bagged Winnebago. But as you can see, like even the paint, it's cheap. It's been thrown on there. It's just really misdetailed. Yeah, it's cool though. I mean, it's a cool idea, but it's too big too. Look how massive that trailer is. It's a box. It just doesn't work. But hey, I mean, what can you expect? Rolls good. That's about it. That's what you get for getting a My Stow car. Well, we have opened up all my cars, and I guess we'll have to wait till the next video where I bring out some old school Hot Wheels and Lesney. That'll be the next video. But hope you all enjoyed.